I just love a good comeback story, especially in gaming. Could one of gaming's biggest flops in recent memory being Redfall Beyond the Rise? Find out. Up next. What up guys, this is Kalo and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video and welcome to the Weekend XP Share. So before we get into today's video, if you caught yesterday's level up, we're going to be doing our first Twitch live stream. We're going to be playing Phasmophobia, Nightmare difficulty. It should be a very spooky time. Of course, that stream is going down Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Redfall recently got its biggest patch to date this month, and this came in the form of the long overdue 60 FPS update for the Xbox Series X and S. Of course, the matter of the game's frame rate at launch was what set this game into this downward spiral in the eyes of many fans around the world. Pair that along with a slew of glitches, bugs, and seemingly lifeless world. No pun intended. Now, there are some within the gaming world that see this as Arcane delivering this 60 FPS update and moving on from this blemish, and this might not be the case. According to Windows Central's own Jez Corden, Arcane wants to deliver this redemption arc to this vampire shooter, and this is all from the Xbox 2 podcast. Corden says that Bethesda does have plans to stick with this game for years to come, and this was overheard as of June of 2023, but he did say take this all with a grain of salt. Admittedly, there are people that just say no, they should just move on from Redfall and call it a dead game and divert your resources. Mainly because people who haven't really played this game or dove into it fully, right now they can dive in with 60 FPS, a retooled world, and have a good time with the game and just leave it at that. But there could be another side to this coin, and don't worry, I'm gonna explain. Over the past few years, we as gamers have seen highly anticipated games come to the market and just fall flat on their face. I'm looking at the Cyberpunk 2077s of the world and the No Man's Skies of the world. All that stuff. We all seen firsthand, with slow and steady updates, No Man's Sky has delivered on its original promise of massive space exploration. And even more recently, with the release of the Phantom Liberty DLC, some people are saying if you beat Cyberpunk 2077 way back at launch, you should just start a whole new playthrough because this DLC revamped the whole game and revitalized it on a whole new level. Now, in my humble opinion, at launch, I really enjoyed Cyberpunk and didn't really run into any of these game-breaking glitches. But I seen it at its core, the game was really great, and clearly there was a lot of meat on the bone, so to speak, in regards to combat and the game's open world nature. But I do think there's a chance for Redfall to improve. Albeit not on the scale of Cyberpunk, but it still could be a fun game. That co-op experience is there if you have friends to play with. There is a living, breathing world within this game that Arcane has built from the ground up. And if Arcane continues to churn out update after update, and maybe some cool DLC and added features, this game could come back in the limelight in a positive way. And honestly, all it would take is a few people to stream the game, maybe show off some cool new features to the game, and then you're off to the races. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. Is Redfall one of those games where it launched in such a bad state it can't recover, or is there a pulse? Me personally, I think any game could really recover from a bad launch. It's just the matter of what they do moving forward as far as update and DLC goes. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video. And this has been the Weekend XP Share.